Hey everybody, how are you? Over the past few months, I've been thinking about the possibility of getting involved in a church in the area. And after talking to some people and looking around on the internet, I think I found the one that worked best for me. It's called the Unitarian Universalist Church in Fort Lauderdale. And the reason I'm attracted to this particular church is that it's a very open-minded organization. People are very accepting of people in different lifestyles, and it's very diverse, which is always good when you're transgender because you never know how people are going to feel about you. And that's especially true when it comes to churches and religious organizations. But the people here, as I say, are very open-minded. It's a very spiritual type of organization. People aren't all Christian who belong to the church. Some are, but some aren't. And that appeals to me because I'm really not Christian myself. I never really have been. And I guess I'm looking for more of a spiritual outlet than something that's involved in a certain dogma or a certain ideology. Another thing that appeals to me about this particular church is that on Thursday night they host a Wiccan group. And Wiccan is an ancient line of thought that goes back to pre-Christian days, back to the pagan days. And it's very earth-oriented, very nature-oriented, which I think is very, very good. It makes a lot of sense. And there's a lot of ways that the spiritual side sort of coincide with the scientific side. And that I think is very helpful, something that I really am interested in and really like a lot about that. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to go to the church as often as I would like. I moved once, and it's kind of far away right now. I've been there a couple times, but I hope in the next few weeks or months I'll be able to really get involved a lot more. They are also involved in political activity and social service work in the area, and that I think is very appealing to me as well. I'd like to get involved in that aspect too. So, and the people who I have met have been really nice and really accepting. So I look forward to getting involved in that organization more in the future. And for people who are transgender, maybe kind of in a similar place as me and looking for a church or an organization to get involved with in more of a spiritual capacity. Now, I would encourage you to check out the Unitarian Universalist Church. There are others in the area that may work out well, but I think considering everything, this works out the best for me. Combination of spirituality and Wiccan, pagan, nature, naturalism, all works out well. And of course, now that I'm transgender and Wiccan, the transgender people can look at me and say, "Ooh, you're Wiccan?" And the pagan people can look at me and say, "Ooh, you're transgender?" So that way I'll be able to alienate as many people as possible. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. But I think that, when you fall into a certain thing and you find it and it works well for you, the best thing to do is to go with it. So that's what I, intend to do in the next few months. Another thing I'm looking to do is find a different job. What I'm really interested in is learning how to do the HIV/AIDS testing. And this is basically the same test that a lot of people might have gone to, a lot of people might have had when they prick your finger and check for HIV and hepatitis C. You have to have a certain certification for that, and I'm not sure exactly how to go about getting that, but I have talked to a couple of people, and they said they'd help me out, and talked to a couple of people at the Department of Health and Human Services, or the Broward County Health Department, one of the two, I'm not quite sure, and get back to me on that. They give me some information on how to go about getting the 500, 501 certificate, so they'll be able to go ahead and start doing that, which would really be pretty cool. And there's some other certificates you can get as well to learn how to teach people to do the home testing for HIV and hepatitis C. So that I think would be something I'm really interested in doing. I think a lot about it, and it seems to be the thing that would be the best fit for me. A way that I could be involved in something important, something that will make a difference in people's lives. And it is, I think, really very rewarding as well. So it's an opportunity for me to gain something from the experience while also helping other people as well. I also heard that there's a possibility of becoming involved in phylobotany, which is basically taking blood tests when you go to the doctor. Especially transgender people are very familiar with this. I usually have lab tests about once a month or every couple of months. And it's interesting. It's kind of scary to have my blood tests, and I'm not really into needles and things like that. But I think I'd be a lot better at taking other people's blood than having blood taken myself. So that's another option as well, though I'm not quite sure what's involved in that. I'm not sure if it's just a certificate that you can get in a day or in a couple of days training, or if you have to actually go back to college and get a certain degree. I'm a little pretty unclear on that, but that is something that really appeals to me as well. I understand that some positions that involve HIV testing and AIDS testing also require a certificate in phlebotomy. So that is something I'm really looking into, and hopefully I can get going in the next few weeks. I think that the next class for the 500 501c certificate is in May, but that's already full from what I saw, so I'd have to wait until July. And I hope that I can get things organized and arranged so I can get into that July class before it fills up, because then I have to wait till September, I think. So all of a sudden we're looking at a long wait here. But that's what I'm hoping to do, get involved in an organization here in town that does that type of work, that is in need of people. And there does seem to be quite a few organizations involved in that. Also, PrEP is another thing I'm interested in, helping people, because apparently, and a lot of people who see this may know, Broward County is one of the places in the United States that has the highest incidence, the highest rate of HIV. And whatever we can do to get people tested and get people understanding that there is a way by using PrEP to avoid these diseases, is a very positive thing. And it's almost a war to go out there and educate people and convince people that yes, PrEP is good, you should take it, especially if you're sexually active or especially if you're in a high-risk group. And that is something that I'm really going to look into. And if anybody out there knows any way to help me out or give me some information, or any companies that are, or organizations that are hiring for this particular type of work, please let me know. Send me an email or send me a message on Facebook, and I'll look into it, because anything you can do to help out is always a good thing. I think I'm pretty well tied into the transgender community and the other communities in the Fort Lauderdale area, but not nearly as much as some people are. I know there's a lot I don't know, and it just happens that this area is something that I don't know as much about as I'd like to. But I'm going to get a lot more informed, hopefully the next few days, next few weeks. So I thought I'd let you know about that, because now I'm starting to get a little bit more serious, starting to get into an occupation I'd really like to get into, and looking for a church, and looking for a more permanent place to live in the next few weeks. So a lot going on. So hopefully everything will turn out well. But again, if anything, have any information about the PrEP or getting the certificates, or any organization that's hiring for that, or some sort of office clerical work, appreciate if you let me know. So just I'd let you know what's going on. I'll be posting more videos, maybe some that are more interesting than this, but appreciate you looking, appreciate you watching, and any comments you want to make, happy to hear, because I'm sure I can always make these videos a little bit better. I'm just starting out, so I'm sure there's a lot of mistakes, but I think I'll get more comfortable as time goes on, and maybe even say a few things that'll help some people along the way, which would always be nice. So thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.